What if I told you that most people today are living in quiet defeat? We wake up each day with our minds already cluttered, ready to react to every little frustration, irritation, or negative emotion that comes our way. Traffic, people cutting us off, rude comments, or stressful situations. All these things have the power to steal our peace if we let them. But what if you could take back control? What if you could live a life where nothing, no person, no situation, could disturb your inner calm? The truth is, you have the power to choose how you react. And Stoicism, a philosophy that's been around for over 2,000 years, holds the key to mastering your emotions and achieving unshakable peace. In this video, we'll uncover powerful Stoic strategies that will help you stay calm, unbothered, and fully in control of your emotions, no matter what life throws at you. 1. Identify what you can control. One of the most powerful teachings in Stoic philosophy is understanding the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with external challenges, people's behavior, and unpredictable circumstances, it can be easy to lose our peace of mind. But Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the actions of others, the weather, or what happens tomorrow, we have complete control over how we respond to these events. This realization is the first step toward mastering your emotions and achieving a sense of inner calm. When you focus on what you can control, your actions, reactions, and mindset, you become less affected by the external chaos around you. You stop allowing external factors to dictate your emotions and start living with more peace, purpose, and clarity. In our everyday lives, we often get caught up in trying to change things beyond our control. We feel frustrated when things don't go as planned, angry when others mistreat us, or anxious about an uncertain future. But all of this suffering is a result of focusing on things we cannot change. The Stoics believe that by acknowledging what is outside our control, we can free ourselves from needless emotional turmoil and focus only on what truly matters. Think about a time when someone cut you off in traffic or said something rude to you. Your immediate reaction may be anger, frustration, or annoyance. But here's the Stoic truth. The other driver's actions or the rude person's words are not what upset you. What upset you is how you chose to react. If you had focused on what was within your control, your response, you could have chosen to remain calm, ignore the situation, or let it go without allowing it to disturb your peace. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can train yourself to pause, breathe, and assess the situation before responding. Ask yourself, is this in my control? If the answer is no, then let go of it. This practice is a powerful tool for maintaining your composure and staying focused on what matters. As Epictetus famously said, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The key message here is that much of our emotional suffering is self-inflicted. We create stories in our minds about how events should unfold, and when they don't match our expectations, we suffer. But by focusing on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses, we can reduce the suffering we create for ourselves and approach life with more resilience. To begin applying this principle, take some time today to reflect on the things in your life that you have been worrying about or stressing over. Are they within your control? If not, acknowledge it and release it. Shift your focus to what you can control: your attitude, your actions, your response to challenges. The next time you encounter a frustrating situation, remind yourself, this is out of my control. What can I control right now? Whether it's your reaction, your breath, or your next move, remember that you have the power to stay calm, centered, and in control. 2. Don't react immediately. One of the most powerful practices in Stoic philosophy is the ability to pause before reacting. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment and react impulsively. Whether it's someone cutting you off in traffic, a heated argument at work, or someone making an offhand remark that triggers you, our first instinct is often to react. However, Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in our ability to stop and think before responding. The Stoic approach doesn't suggest suppressing our emotions, but rather controlling them before they control us. By pausing and creating space between the stimulus, what happens to us, and our response, how we react, we gain control over our actions and maintain our inner peace. When we react immediately, we are often governed by emotions like anger, frustration, or fear. These feelings can cloud our judgment and lead to impulsive actions we might later regret. The Stoic response is to take a step back and create a moment of reflection. This pause is crucial because it allows us to separate ourselves from the initial emotional surge and make a more rational decision about how to handle the situation. Think of it as a mental reset. Instead of letting anger or frustration dictate your actions, you take a breath, step back, and assess the situation calmly. This practice doesn't just apply to moments of anger. It can be used in all sorts of emotional situations, whether you're excited, nervous, or even sad. By taking a moment to reflect, you choose your response rather than simply reacting. Imagine you're at work and your colleague makes a cutting remark about your recent project. Your initial instinct might be to respond with irritation or to argue back. However, the Stoic approach would be to pause for a few seconds, breathe deeply, and consider the situation. Why did they say that? Was it a personal attack, or are they simply expressing their own frustrations? By asking these questions, you gain perspective and the power to choose how you respond, rather than impulsively lashing out. This pause doesn't just prevent negative reactions. It can also enhance positive ones. For instance, if someone gives you a compliment or shares good news, you might feel the urge to dismiss it out of modesty. But by taking a moment, you can appreciate the compliment, express gratitude, and respond thoughtfully. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and reflect in what way you are similar." This reflection reminds us that often our reactions are more about our own feelings and interpretations than about the other person's actions. Stoicism teaches us that by pausing, we give ourselves the chance to reflect on our reactions and choose a path of reason rather than emotion. The ability to pause is not a sign of weakness or indecision. Rather, it is a sign of strength and self-mastery. When you pause before reacting, you regain control over your emotions and actions. You're no longer a slave to immediate impulses, but a master of your responses. This power allows you to navigate challenging situations with wisdom and calm, preserving your peace and avoiding unnecessary conflict. Next time you feel the urge to react immediately, whether it's anger, frustration, or any other strong emotion, practice the pause. Take a deep breath, count to 3, and then respond. This simple act of creating space between stimulus and reaction will help you stay calm and in control, ensuring that your responses are aligned with your values, not just your immediate emotions. 3. Practice empathy and understanding. When dealing with people, one of the most transformative tools in Stoic philosophy is empathy. Instead of getting frustrated or angry at the actions of others, Stoicism encourages us to view them through the lens of understanding. People act out of their own personal struggles, fears, and insecurities. Understanding this can prevent you from taking their behavior personally, allowing you to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. In modern life, it's easy to react with irritation when someone cuts you off in a conversation or does something that feels disrespectful. But when you practice empathy, you begin to recognize that others may be dealing with things you can't see. Just like you have your own challenges, so do they. Maybe they're stressed, feeling insecure, or dealing with personal issues that have nothing to do with you. When you understand this, You no longer take their actions as personal attacks. Instead, you can choose to respond with compassion and patience. Imagine you're at work and a colleague takes credit for something you did. Your immediate reaction might be to feel anger or resentment. It's easy to feel that you've been wronged and that the situation is unfair. However, Stoic practice teaches us to step back and question why it bothers us. Are we simply upset because of our ego? Are we letting someone else's behavior determine our emotional state? Instead of reacting, you could try to understand why your colleague might have acted this way. Maybe they were insecure about their own work or felt the need to impress the boss. Understanding their motivation doesn't excuse their actions, but it gives you the power to respond calmly without letting your emotions take over. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, often reflected on the importance of seeing the world through others' eyes. He wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." This quote is a reminder that we don't need to retaliate or respond to negative actions. Instead, we can rise above them and maintain our own integrity. We choose to act with wisdom, compassion, and understanding, no matter how others behave. In doing so, we protect our peace and preserve our dignity. By practicing empathy, we stop seeing others as obstacles or threats to our well-being. Instead, we begin to see them as fellow human beings navigating their own struggles. This shift in perspective allows us to remain calm and collected when others behave poorly, as we no longer view their actions as personal attacks. We also begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all people. Our behavior affects others, and theirs affects us. When we treat others with understanding and empathy, we set the tone for more peaceful interactions, creating a cycle of compassion and respect. The next time someone irritates or frustrates you, pause and ask yourself, what might they be going through? Consider their challenges, their emotional state, or their life situation. Rather than letting their behavior trigger your anger, choose to respond with understanding. Remind yourself that everyone is fighting their own battle, and their actions are often a reflection of their inner struggles, not a personal attack on you. This practice will not only help you stay calm, but will also foster a sense of connection and peace in your interactions. 4. Don't let emotions control you. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the understanding that emotions are not caused by external events, but by how we interpret those events. Often, we feel that external circumstances, whether it's someone's actions or an unfortunate situation, are responsible for how we feel. However, the Stoics believe that it is not the event itself, but our thoughts about the event that determine our emotional response. This distinction is incredibly empowering because it means that our emotional state is within our control. If we can change the way we think about a situation, we can change how we feel about it. Stoicism teaches us that we are not at the mercy of our emotions. Instead, we have the ability to manage them by controlling our thoughts and reactions. When we face a challenging situation, whether it's a stressful day at work, an argument with a friend, or any kind of perceived injustice, it's easy to let our emotions take over. We may feel anger, frustration, sadness, or even fear. However, these emotions often arise because we've made judgments about the situation that trigger these feelings. For example, if someone criticizes us, we might feel hurt or defensive. But why? It's because we've interpreted the criticism as a personal attack. If we change the way we think about the situation, we can neutralize the emotional charge and respond with calmness instead. Imagine you're walking through a crowded street and someone bumps into you without apologizing. Your first reaction might be anger or irritation. But according to Stoic principles, instead of immediately reacting, you take a moment to reframe the situation. Perhaps the person is in a hurry, distracted, or simply didn't notice. They may not have intended to disrespect you at all. By reframing the situation and choosing not to take it personally, you avoid being controlled by anger or frustration. You maintain your inner peace and respond from a place of clarity, not emotion. This approach allows you to detach yourself from the emotional charge of the situation and instead view it from a place of objectivity and reason. By questioning your judgments and seeing things more clearly, you free yourself from emotional turmoil. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This powerful quote reminds us that we are not victims of our circumstances. We have the ability to choose how we respond. By focusing on our reactions rather than the external events themselves, we can take control of our emotional state and not let our feelings dictate our actions. 5. Focus on the present moment. A key principle in Stoic philosophy is the idea of living in the present moment. In today's world, we often get caught up in the past or the future, spending our mental energy dwelling on mistakes we've made or worrying about what might happen next. The Stoics teach us that the only moment we truly control is the present. When we focus on the here and now, we can act with clarity, purpose, and peace of mind. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. While it's natural to reflect on past events or plan for the future, the Stoic mindset encourages us not to become fixated on either. Obsessing over past mistakes only brings regret, and worrying about future outcomes creates anxiety. Instead, we are urged to focus on what we can do right now, because it's the only thing we have any real power over. Living in the present moment means fully engaging with what's happening now, without distractions or worries about what's already happened or what may come next. Stoicism teaches that true contentment and peace come from embracing the present and taking action in the here and now. When you do so, you free yourself from the weight of past regrets and future anxieties. Think about the times when you felt the most at peace. Usually, it's when you are fully immersed in the present moment. Whether you were enjoying a conversation, focusing on a task at hand, or simply appreciating the world around you, your mind wasn't wandering to the past or future. This state of flow is what the Stoics called ataraxia, or inner peace, and it can only be achieved when we choose to be fully present. Imagine you're sitting at your desk, working on a project. Your mind begins to wander. You start thinking about a mistake you made in the past, or you begin to feel anxious about an upcoming deadline. In that moment, you're no longer in control of your mind. It's being controlled by the past or the future. Instead, stop and take a deep breath. Bring your focus back to the task at hand. By redirecting your attention to the present, you eliminate the unnecessary distractions that prevent you from working effectively. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, often reminded himself of the importance of living in the moment. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This powerful reminder encourages us to recognize the fleeting nature of life and to act with urgency and mindfulness in the present. When you live with the awareness that the present moment is all you have, you are more likely to make the most of it. Focusing on the present helps to reduce stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. It allows us to be more mindful of our actions and decisions, leading to greater productivity and a sense of accomplishment. When we stop worrying about the past or the future, we become more effective and engaged in whatever we're doing. 6. Let go of what you can't control. One of the most liberating principles in Stoic philosophy is the idea of letting go of things that are beyond our control. In a world where we often feel the need to constantly fight against life's challenges, the Stoic approach teaches us that true peace comes from accepting what we cannot change and focusing only on what is within our power to influence. Letting go of what's out of our hands is not about passivity or giving up. It's about freeing ourselves from unnecessary emotional weight and reclaiming our inner calm. The Stoics believed that much of our emotional suffering stems from our attachment to things that we cannot control. Whether it's the behavior of other people, the outcome of an event, or the unpredictability of life, we can't control everything that happens to us. However, we do have the power to control our responses. When we stop fighting against the things we cannot change and instead focus on what we can, we shift from a state of frustration to one of empowerment. The struggle with letting go. Letting go doesn't come naturally to most of us. We tend to hold on to things, past mistakes, lost opportunities, or the actions of others, because we feel that by clinging to them, we can somehow regain control or fix things. We may ruminate over past arguments or obsess over things that went wrong, all the while allowing these thoughts to drain our energy and peace of mind. The Stoic approach teaches us that this struggle to control the uncontrollable is the very thing that keeps us trapped in frustration. The truth is, the more we cling to things beyond our control, the more we allow those things to control us. We spend so much of our mental energy fighting against life's obstacles that we lose sight of what truly matters, our own peace of mind. The Stoics taught that peace is found in the acceptance of what is outside our control and in focusing all of our energy on what is within our grasp, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses. Think about a time when someone close to you let you down or betrayed your trust. It's easy to feel angry and resentful, wishing they would change or apologize. However, by continuing to dwell on the situation and hold on to the resentment, you only keep yourself trapped in negativity. The Stoic solution is simple. Let go of the desire to control others' actions. Instead, focus on what you can control, how you respond to the situation, how you choose to move forward, and how you can use this experience to grow. Letting go doesn't mean excusing someone else's behavior. It means freeing yourself from the emotional burden of holding on to anger, frustration, or regret. The more you practice this, the more you'll find that your peace is not dependent on others, but on your ability to choose your responses. 7. Protect your inner peace. One of the most valuable lessons we can learn from Stoicism is the importance of protecting our inner peace. In a world filled with distractions, negativity, and external pressures, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters: our peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that maintaining a sense of inner tranquility, regardless of what happens around us, is essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. The world will always present challenges. People will let you down, situations will be unfair, and life will throw obstacles your way. But Stoicism shows us that these external factors don't have to disturb our peace. The key is to set boundaries, both internal and external, to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us that we have control over our responses, but we must also actively create space for peace. This means setting boundaries, both with other people and within ourselves. Boundaries are not about being rigid or unkind. They are about preserving the mental energy and emotional space we need to remain calm, focused, and centered. For instance, if someone continually disrespects you or tries to manipulate you, a Stoic response would not be to engage in conflict, but to set a clear boundary. I will not tolerate this behavior. This might mean distancing yourself from toxic people, reducing time spent in stressful environments, or simply saying no to things that drain your energy. By setting these boundaries, you protect your peace and prevent unnecessary disturbances in your life. Let's say you have a friend or co-worker who regularly demands your attention, even when it's inconvenient for you. They might call you at all hours or expect you to drop everything for their needs. Over time, this constant intrusion can leave you feeling drained and resentful. Instead of tolerating this, a Stoic would recognize the need to protect their peace and set a boundary. This could mean politely telling the person that you need time for yourself and can't be available all the time. It could also mean saying no to additional commitments that will overwhelm you. By setting these boundaries, you preserve your mental and emotional energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters to you. Epictetus, a key figure in Stoic philosophy, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This idea extends to our emotional wealth as well. The more we allow ourselves to be constantly influenced by external forces, the more we deplete our inner peace. By focusing on what truly matters and setting clear boundaries, we reduce unnecessary wants and distractions, which helps us maintain emotional strength. Additionally, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote underscores the idea that we are in charge of our inner peace. It's up to us to guard it and ensure that we're not allowing external circumstances or people to take it away from us. In a world full of chaos, distractions, and unpredictable events, Stoicism provides a powerful framework for maintaining inner peace and emotional control. By practicing the principles we've explored, identifying what you can control, pausing before reacting, practicing empathy, controlling your emotions, focusing on the present moment, letting go of what you can't control, and protecting your inner peace, you can cultivate a life of strength and serenity. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we always have the power to choose how we respond. By taking responsibility for our reactions, setting boundaries, and staying focused on what truly matters, we free ourselves from the grip of anger, frustration, and anxiety. Remember, true peace comes not from the absence of challenges, but from the ability to remain calm and resilient in the face of them. Start applying these Stoic practices today and take control of your emotional life. Stay calm, stay strong, and live with purpose.